it's like a mix of Airplane, Wayne's World, and the Addams Family films from around the same time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Where
Yes.
they,
I
where
can
they,
see
and
that.
it, yeah, and it's what I mean by that is they take characters who exist in a world, whether that be a cartoon, a sketch, or whatever. Airplane, I think, just for the sort of slapstick comedy, but particularly Wayne's World and the Addams Family, take characters that are very lovable and endearing, and then everyone around them is cynical, and they are the odd ones, but they do a job of making you align yourself with them. And so that fish out of water is where you get the comedy in this film. Like you said, Alice, the aesthetic really works in it because in their house, everything is so colourful and so 70s, and the hair and the clothes and all that. And then as soon as they're outside of their house, it's grey and it's brown and it's grunge. It's it's the peak of the grunge times in the 90s and that sort of thing.
Which I think is represented really well and nicely with the soundtrack. So the soundtrack just blew my mind. Like, it starts with this real like late 80s, early 90s sort of grunge song. Like, it could be Pearl Jam or it could be Nirvana. And then throughout you've got a lot of grunge music going on as these like kids are going about their day and stuff. And I was like, this is so weird. Like, it doesn't really match at all. But then it just heightens the fact that this family don't match with their surroundings.
It's the juxtaposition between this family that are literally from the 70s. Like, it's like they've been picked up in the 70s. They've been put into the 90s. They've got no idea of the realities of the world. They're totally oblivious. It's almost like aliens have crash landed on Earth and they look like the Brady Bunch. And the other thing that I love as well is that I kind of feel like, because Josh, you mentioned a load of, like Wayne's World and Police Academy and the Addams Family. And obviously all of those came from TV. So they were all based on TV shows.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like there was a time, kind of, maybe sort of 90s into the 2000s, where everything, all the TV shows were being remade, because obviously we had Charlie's Angels, Starsky and Hutch, the Dukes of Hazzard, the A-Team. And while, I kind of put Charlie's Angels separate to all of those, because I love Charlie's Angels. I think it's super fun. And I think Charlie's Angels is similarly, I think, a little bit of a parody of itself. But movies like Starsky and Hutch and the Dukes of Hazzard and the A-Team, they were very much set in their worlds doing their thing. And they were a little bit more they were comedies, but they were less self-aware comedies. Whereas the Brady Bunch, with this family that has kind of come over from the 70s, and yet the movie about them is completely self-aware. Like, it knows what it's doing, and it knows it doesn't have to explain to the audience, oh, well, the Brady Bunch, they hopped into a time machine one day and blah, 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 or whatever. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why they're still in the 70s. It's just the pure comedy that comes out of the fact that they are stuck in the 70s, and yet they're in this grungy, rock-filled, long hair, greasy long-haired, guys with these, it's like going back to Clueless or something, with the guys with the trousers around their, ankles and stuff like that. It's all very much like that.